People don't always want to admit it, but looks matter. They influence the opportunities and experiences we attract. The thing about beauty is that it's also incredibly subjective. So today we're diving into beauty theories to help you glow up by becoming your own beauty standard. Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva, and in this space we talk about how to level up and live our dream lives. So if that sounds like your vibe, hit subscribe. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can fill out the form in the description. So as always, timestamps are down below. Video chapters are as follows, and let's jump in. When I was a teenager, I used to sit in front of the mirror with my little makeup kit and watch all of these beauty tutorials from the YouTubers that I loved. And I would copy every step. I would do the winged liner, the baking that was super popular in 2016, the lip liner combo, but it would never turn out the same. I never looked like them, and I couldn't figure out why. I thought I was either bad at makeup or maybe I just wasn't pretty enough. And it was the same thing with fashion. I was buying whatever was trending. I remember chokers were super popular at the time, green denim jackets, checkered sneakers. And while I was wearing all of these things that were trending, it still felt like something was off. I thought I could just follow the formula, copy the makeup, wear the clothes, and mimic the it girls, as so many of us do. We look to others for how to be, for what to wear, for how to act. And it's not always intentional. In some ways, it's the way that we're wired. But the problem that I kept running into is that it never quite landed, because it always felt like I was trying to wear somebody else's identity. And it certainly did not make me feel beautiful or confident. Not because I wasn't, but because I had no understanding of my own beauty and who I was beneath all of these trends. When we keep chasing somebody else's idea of beauty, we lose touch with our own. So what changed everything for me was when I started studying myself. I've talked about this in so many other videos. I would study my own features, my undertones, my color palette, face shape, visual weight, and then slowly everything started to change. Once you start tailoring your beauty to you, confidence, it doesn't feel like this costume that you're putting on. It just feels like you, and you get to show up as the best version of you. You need to stop trying to fit into all of these beauty standards and become your own. That's why I am so excited about today's video. We're going to be going through all of these different beauty theories on, face shape, undertones, etc., because there are so many different types of beauty. One is not better than the other. We're all just different. And so if you are trying to do your makeup in a completely different style than what is best suited for you, then of course you're not going to feel like your most confident self. If you watched my video Looks Matter, then this one is going to be similar. And I also made a downloadable guide that goes along with this video, even more in depth. It'll have questionnaires, quizzes, spaces to fill in your own unique beauty findings, and a lot more. So with that being said, let's jump in. Okay, we are starting with our face. I'm going to be referencing my notes because you guys, I went very in depth for this. So face shape is super important because once you understand it, you will know the makeup that is best suited for you, as well as different hairstyles. So the easiest way to determine your face shape is simply by pulling your hair back, taking a picture of your face straight on, and then tracing the outline of it. And that's going to categorize you into one of the following categories. We have oval, round, square, oblong, heart, inverted triangle, diamond, or triangle. And then once you know your face shape, here are some general guidelines for you. So for example, if you have a round face, you can go for long layers because that'll work to elongate the face and contour under the cheekbones to add dimension. Again, I want to emphasize that beauty is very subjective and it differs across cultures and time. So this is not meant to be prescriptive. Just because you have a heart-shaped face doesn't mean you should never wear a high ponytail. These are just guidelines. Take it with a grain of salt. But we're just touching on more universal beauty principles, things like symmetry, balance, harmony, etc. Harmony. Your face shape is also going to impact your makeup, so things like contour, blush placement, highlight, and brow shaping. I'm trying to keep this video from being too long, so those details are going to be in the guide, as well as some additional bonus tips about layering, things like that. Okay, we are moving on to eye shape. I can't tell you how many times I have done a eye tutorial that is just not right for my eye shape, and it's not giving. Honestly, I think most of us were taught to just do like an upward wing for liner, but the techniques you use are actually completely dependent on your eye shape. So there are 9 different types. Most people can just get a general idea from looking at the pictures that I will put up on the screen. But if you are not totally sure, still just from looking at this, there's a flowchart in the digital guide as well. So we have almond. Almond is the most common eye type. It's characterized by a slightly upswept outer corner, and pretty much all styles, all eyeliner or makeup styles work for this kind of eye shape. Next we have round. So if you've ever been told that you have big eyes, chances are you probably have this eye shape. It's similar to almond, but it's characterized by more white space. So if your irises don't touch the bottom and there's extra white space, you probably have round eyes. Next up we have hooded eyes. This is the kind that I have, which means that most of your crease is hidden by your upper lid. This one is really, really important because you want to avoid super thick liner. There's also a technique that my friend taught me where you do liner straight across, but you're doing it at eye level, so when your creases are already mostly closed, and then from this eyeliner height, then you flick it upwards, if that makes any sense. Again, the guide is a lot more in depth. This is just the overview. And next up we have monolids, where unlike hooded eyes where the crease disappears when you open your eyes, monolids have no visible crease. So shimmer is something that works super, super well. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. And individual lashes, or more of that spiky style, can create a more dramatic look. So the ends of people's eyes typically will face in one of three directions. We have upturned, downturned, or just straight across. So for downturned eyes, we think of celebrities like Katie Holmes. These types of eyes can also be in combination with other kinds. So you can have downturned almond eyes. One style that you want to avoid are cat eyelashes. So that's where in the outer corners it gets a lot thicker, and that might actually make your face appear a little more droopy because your eyes already go in that direction. Upturned eyes, as I'm sure you can imagine, have the upper corner going upwards. It makes it easier to do upturned winged liner and a few other things. And then you have close set eyes and far set eyes. So for close set eyes, when you brighten up the inner corners and have darker outer corners with wings, this can work to elongate. For wide set eyes, you can try the cat eye style where you're putting liner on the inner corners and on the outer corners. If you are enjoying this video so far, I would love if you could give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Okay, contrast level. This is one that not very many people talk about. Contrast level relates to the difference between your skin tone, your eye color, and your hair color. Once we know this, it helps us narrow down the colors that look most harmonious with our own coloring. It's similar to your color seasons, but it's a little bit different. Color seasons deal more with undertones and some other things that we will get into. The general premise is that there are three main categories. We have high, medium, and low contrast. To determine what you have, the easiest way to do this is by taking a black and white photo of yourself. If your features still stand out very clearly, like me for example, I have very dark hair, I have lighter skin. So in a black and white photo, you will still very distinctly see where my hair starts, where the skin begins. This indicates that you likely have high contrast. If they blend gently, of course you're still going to be able to notice the difference. That might indicate more of a low contrast, and then somewhere in the middle would be medium. If you are on TikTok, there's also a filter to help you determine this, and there is a quiz in the guide. People that are medium to high contrast will look great in colors that also offer this high contrast. So things like blacks and whites typically look really good. Bold eyeliner and sharp contours. The goal is really just to match the natural drama of your coloring with these crisp lines and bolder choices. Now, if you have light contrast, you want to avoid things that might overpower your color palette. Sometimes if people with low contrast wear super high contrast colors like a true black, it almost washes them out a little bit. There was a woman who made a super detailed video about this, and you can tell it might show acne a little more, it might bring out dark circles. Again, the goal is really to enhance the softness and cohesion of the face. So makeup styles like a soft eyeliner, creamy blushes, glossy nudes or pinks on the lip, all of those sorts of things look really good with low contrast. Okay, let's talk about visual weight. I believe I touched on this in another video, but this is essentially how prominent your features are. So do you have very distinct eyebrows that people first see when they notice you, or big eyes, or full lips, or a prominent nose? Just features that stand out. That would be considered high visual weight, Or we also have low visual weight. This is when your features blend more together. The features are typically softer or smaller. They maybe blend together a little more harmoniously. Again, what I love about these theories is that one is not better than the other. There are beautiful people that we're going to find across all ends of the spectrum. High visual weight would be celebrities like Angelina Jolie. Sometimes features are a little more angular as well. Zendaya is another good example. On the other side, we have celebrities like Selena Gomez or Jenny Kim. All of these women are beautiful, it's just how our different faces blend together. So if you do have high visual weight, then makeup styles that are going to highlight those more prominent features will really help you shine. Obviously, if you have gorgeous thick eyebrows, you don't want to try to hide it, right? Whereas people with low visual weight will look great with makeup styles that really bring balance and harmony to the face. Also, to figure out what you have, you can take a photo of yourself straight on, ideally in natural light, and then adjust your contrast to the highest and lowest levels to see in which setting your features look more prominent. So on high contrast, if you can see your features more, you probably have high contrast, and vice versa. Okay, we're moving on to the body. We're talking about shapes and colors as well, but colors beyond the face. First, skin tone and undertones. So this is a little more complicated than some people think. Our skin tone is surface level, and it might change throughout the year as we get more or less sunshine. Typically we have light, medium, tan, deep. Now undertones, on the other hand, are below the surface. They stay the same all year round, and they fall into the categories of cool, warm, or neutral. Why is this important to know? When we know our undertones and our skin tone, it helps us pick the right makeup shades, obviously, the right hair colors, and your wardrobe color palette. There's some overlap with some of these theories. So I will put a chart up on the screen for a general guide. Again, don't think that this is a hard and fast rule. I've always identified as somebody with warm undertones, but when I take into account my skin tone that's a little more medium to tan, some of the hair colors, like if I were to do copper, I might not like the way that looks on me. So take all of this with a grain of salt. Okay, color season analysis. Unlike contrast, where you are comparing skin tone to hair color to eye color, color palettes go a little bit deeper where we do bring in the undertones. We're also talking about value, so lightness and darkness, and chroma, aka brightness versus dullness. And this will categorize you into one of the 4 seasons. So we have fall, winter, spring, and summer. Oh my god, I almost forgot. And honestly, I did already go pretty in depth in my other videos, so I'm just gonna say go watch that. Next up, we have the Kibbe body type test. This is a great way to determine what style of clothing and what shapes, what patterns, and what fabrics will look best with your body type. A great way that I like to kind of describe this or compare this is by thinking about jeans. So some people look super flattering in high-waisted jeans. For other people, it might be low-waisted. Flared jeans versus skinny jeans, right? It all depends on how our bodies are naturally formed. All styles of jeans are great. You can of course wear whatever you like, but the Kibbe body type test helps to determine what is most flattering for you. Again, this was something that I covered in the Looks Matter video, but a lot of people really liked it, so I did want to highlight it again. And for more details, either check out the guide or that other video. Let's talk about personality and aesthetic, which is a new category, but I still found that it would be very important to discuss. So finding your celebrity lookalike. This is probably the tip that I'm most excited to talk about just because I feel like it is very fun. Because when you can identify somebody with similar facial features, coloring, etc., you can kind of pull inspiration from them in a way that's relevant to you, rather than just watching tutorials from famous makeup artists that I'll admit are incredibly talented but look nothing like you. So many of these celebrities have entire glam teams. They have a personal stylist or a makeup artist, whatever. And all of these people know exactly how to bring out the best features. So if they look similar to you, you can use this beauty playbook as your cheat code. What you need to do is you need to upload a photo of yourself to ChatGPT and ask it, which 3 celebrities do I most resemble? Then you can just start doing some Googling, Zendaya, go-to hairstyles, Zendaya, color palette, the types of clothing that they wear on the red carpet, all of that good stuff. Just take the playbook and make it your own. What I hope you guys really understand from all of these different topics is that beauty is so individualized. I'm tired of seeing people following these blind trends and not feeling confident or secure in themselves. Fashion is self-expression. It's how we outwardly present ourselves to the world. Before anybody has the chance to get to know your fabulous personality, what you present on the outside, the way that you look, is what they see. So put your best foot forward, show up in a way that is going to make you feel confident by enhancing the beauty that you were already given. If you made it this far, I thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to bring you guys more videos from all of my wonderful new filming spots. If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you could give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!